Well, Boise has a true gem nestled in one of the parks in the Ribbon of Jewels.
Julia Davis Park is the city's oldest park, and it's home to a very historic building, the Idaho Black History Museum.
Hector Mendoza got a tour of the museum with a very special lady and caught up with one of the founding board members of the museum. Hector, tell us about it.
Well, Justin, Maggie, one of the things that we spoke about was that the Black History Museum is a testament of Idaho's foundation of history and serves as a pillar to the state and the community it serves. It's only fitting that the St. Paul Baptist Church, the first black church built in the Gem State, is home to the Idaho Black History Museum. This very well-known building at the heart of Julia Davis Park tells the story of African Americans in Idaho.
Everybody on there?
Here we go.
Here we go.
The museum has been here since 1999. It's part of the history of Idaho. It's just so fitting that we are in this park of all places to be, not on a hill somewhere or anything like that, but in the part that chronicles the history of our state.
And through these doors, you'll find stories like Alvina Moulton's, who walked to Boise from Missouri in the 1860s.
Someone in the community wrote to my son and said, we have a table that belonged to her, and that's now present here.
Inspiring stories of leaders, athletes, and scholars that made history.
Frederick Douglass, an abolitionist, a man that came with no education, got himself educated, got himself elected, the man is amazing.
But you'll also find the not-so-pretty parts of history.
There were lots of things that were specifically directed not always for blacks, but by others, sometimes poking fun at blacks. There are a lot of people that don't want to see these things because it makes them think of bad things, but I don't ever want to repeat it. So I have to honor those that made it through and let us know what it was like and show what was good, bad, and ugly.
Not only that, even showing the Ku Klux Klan's presence in the state.
I remember a cross being burned in my mother's yard and things like that.
Cherie Buckner Webb, one of the founding board members of the museum,
I absolutely saw it change from church to museum.
Says it's important to know the full picture to reflect on the past and not repeat it.
That's the wholeness of who we are. We have to understand the humanity of who we are. No matter what your ethnic background, what your age and stage in life, that builds community when we break down those barriers and have real and earnest conversations.
Thought-provoking conversations sparked by the stories and people honored in this historic building.
Blacks have been in Idaho for a long, long time, and for a long time we were separate and apart. But now we're showing you we have been part of community, we contribute to community as well as the community does to us. We need to know those points of intersection so we can grow and grow and grow. Not just us as the museum, I'm talking about our community, a welcoming community, a community that really has room for all.
And that collaborative effort is what has established the Black History Museum as a true gem in Boise.
One of the things I want our community never to forget, the Black History Museum brings the history of black people in Idaho and around the world, but it was built, constructed, and conceived by our community. It wasn't all black folks, it was wonderful members of our community that have contributed their time, talent, memorabilia, contacts with people in the community. It's the house that the community built.
And when Buckner Webb looks around the room and sees the faces of people she looks up to, it brings tears to her eyes.
I always see in this eye a tear about to come from his eye. And when I think what he went through, what he accomplished, what he means for my life and my children, I'm just overwhelmed. I'm full of gratitude. Full of gratitude.
Well, there's so many great stories that you can see there. Tuesday through Thursday, they have it open from 10 to 2.
Okay.
They have them open on Saturdays as well at the same time. But I think one of the things that she mentioned was a place at the table. And I think it's one of those things that, sparking conversation and in a safe space. I think that's the most important thing that museum, I think, wants to reiterate with having such a historic building just up there at Julia Davis.
Absolutely, and thanks to Cherie Buckner Webb for sharing her heart with all of us and her family's history and her experience here in Idaho. She is just a phenomenal woman in our community. So go visit the museum. Once again, Tuesday through Thursday or Tuesday and Thursday?
Tuesday through Thursday,
okay, 10
and then
to
Saturday.
2.
And then Saturday as well.
And then Saturday, 10 to 2. Go check it out. It is Black History Month, so the perfect time to take your family and go.
More Wake Up Idaho after this.